Welcome to another video about my Hero Camper Ranger. In this video we're going to be looking specifically at the tongue box. So one of the things about the Hero Camper Ranger is it does have this tongue box on the front. In pictures and videos it actually doesn't look that big, but it's actually of a decent size and is really quite usable. But one of the things I wasn't sure about before getting one was exactly how big it is and how usable it's going to be. So I thought I'd show you how I'm using it, because I'm going to load some more stuff up in here in a moment and share with you the dimensions. So it's an aluminium tongue box. It's slightly tapered, so as you can see it's not a complete rectangle. So I have the tape measure so we can look at the dimensions of it. So but before we look at the dimensions, I will just show you kind of a couple of things I've done. So I've mounted on here this Thule clip that I've just kind of put that on with some 3M fixing tape at the moment. That's to attach the Thule trash bin. Also, obviously what you're keeping in here will have some value, so you want to consider the right lock on it. So I have an ABUS lock, so it's got a metal shackles or metal covers around the shackles to make it harder to someone to saw it or use any wire cutters or clamps or anything, and also it's not spring loaded, so it's also makes it much harder to shim it, and it's not a high security lock per se, but it is a decent amount of pins, so it makes it a little bit harder for someone to want to pick it. So let me just move the camera a little bit and then we can look at the dimensions of the box. Okay, so in terms of dimensions, in terms of, I guess, usable dimension, which is the most important piece, so from the back to the front is 49.5 centimeters. Across the front, which obviously is the smaller side, it is a little bit over 62 centimeters, and at the back it's about 88 centimeters. So a good size, but as I'll show you when we open up the lid, you don't have full access to that space through the opening, because the opening is smaller than the actual size of the tongue box. And that's something that I wasn't aware of obviously prior to buying this, and my original plan was I was going to keep my Thetford porta potty in here, and even though the box is big enough, the opening is not big enough for me to get it in there. So let me show you how I've got things set up on the inside. Okay, so you can see when you look in person here, this is the depth that we're lacking. So when we open it up, you can see here that the opening is not as large as we perhaps originally thought it was going to be. So I've done a couple of things. I've mounted this Fox Project lights on the front here. This is doing a couple of things for me. One, giving me some light when I'm trying to kind of attach things to the car if it is dark, but also I know I always have easy access to a nice bright light here if I need it. I'll just look around the other side here. Okay, if we look inside, I've mounted 4 separate little hooks in here. So a couple of things I hang in here. So I've got an axe hanging in here. Also have my hammer hanging in here as well, and these other hooks I keep my dog lead and stuff on there as well. Over here on the other side I have my gas bottle. There'll be a separate video that comes on that. I am going to, I guess, permanently install this gas bottle and have gas pipes running towards the back and everything, but in here I've got some gloves that I just use when I'm kind of hitching up, again just gas stuff. I have my lift system in here for leveling, my leveling system I should say, so that just kept on one side. Things aren't normally organised just like this, just again because I'm packing some stuff up. I have my Caddock 2 stove in here that normally sits across the top here, because my Darcher 450 fire pit and Barbecue normally go here. Underneath here I have my shower is right at the bottom there, and then I had to have some pegs and some toolkits and some other things on here as well. So there is actually a good amount of usable space in here. You can see there's plenty of room around the sides where you can install stuff, but again, that main issue being this access piece just here obviously means you don't have full access. I also have underneath, I don't know how well you can ever see it, but I do have a light mounted up under here as well. It's rechargeable USB. That just means, again, in the night time, if I open up this box, I can see what is inside. So just a quick video on that tongue box. I hope it helps and will enable you to plan a bit better for what you're going to store and keep in the tongue box of your Hero camper if you decide to buy one. So again, good, usable, versatile space. A little bit of a shame that you lose so much with the hinge space, but it's because you need to obviously be able to open this and have it at the back and it's not smacking into the solar panel and everything. But really good, I'm happy with it, and again, I can fit everything in there I need. Just would have been nice if I could get the toilet in there as well.